Good day, everybody. This is Doug, Modeling Hermit, and I'm back with a garage project that I've been working on off and on over the last, about a year now. And I've made a little bit more progress on it. Things are a lot dirtier than they used to be. We're just going to start over here. This area here is a small bay area for small vehicles, I guess. Let's actually move up a little bit here. On the front of this, I now have a front piece that I put on to strengthen this. My daughter came up with a name for this building as an original building, and it's the Grove Valley Press from 1873, and this would have been a newspaper publisher type of building here in that time. And then over the years it's morphed as to whoever bought it and did their own thing. We now have it as an automobile repair place, so things sometimes aren't quite as you would like. So this one bay is very narrow. I mean, when you come in, you just hope you don't scrape the mirrors on this beautiful classic car that you're working on. So anyway, that's that bay. At the back I've got a engine hoist that I've got just sitting back there. And then I had the main hoist here, the lift. Up above that I had, geez, you can't get in, I've got so much stuff there. But I have a crane that's actually movable. There we go. I've got this crane that's actually movable wherever I want it. And then we drop down, there's a tire machine back there, that came in a kit. A bunch of junk on a shelving unit there. Tire rack here in the middle of completely in the way. And then these two doors here, those are restrooms back there. And on top of those is a bunch of boxes that I have stored. And as storage up there. And probably other junk. I think I'll do some other things in up there too. So, and of course, everything is just absolutely, as you look at that floor, it's absolutely filthy. The way I did this floor was I didn't really weather it. As I was working on things above, I just let the glue drop down, and I would let, the chalks and stuff that I'm working with, weathering chalks, I just let those fall to the floor. And I finally did take and do a couple lines with my fingers there to make some tire tracks. That's the only actual weathering that I've done on this. I actually let it set for, I think it was a couple months that it sat and got good and dusty. And after that, and just natural dust. And after that, I took the, let's see, I think I used Testors. Was it Testors? Yeah, it was Testors dull coat that I sprayed on this floor. Just to make it, to hold in all the dust that I'd let accumulate. So, I mean, that was my weathering on the floor. I mean, talk about a lazy person's way of doing things. And then as we move up into this other section, I have the electrical conduit run with the outlets. And then I have some benches to work on. I think there's a welder back in the corner back in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a welder back in there. Let's see, we come up, we've got a stairway that comes up in the middle of the building, naturally and totally in the way, so you can be very careful of the car you pull underneath of this. We don't have a lot of room for working, but that's what they could get. That's the building they could get to work in. So then we come up here. Can we get this thing to come up a little bit? And we have the break room, and then we have the office over here. And the office actually has windows that look out over the work area, which is kind of nice. Okay, oh geez, could I do this? Let's see if we can show the sprinkler system or not in here. Yeah, okay, so there's the sprinkler system. I don't know if we can see any of the sprinklers themselves or not. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so yeah, there's one. So the sprinklers on these are, where are we at? I moved it. There we go. The sprinklers on these sprinkler heads are nothing more than earring findings. So you can't really see them too good, at least not that close anyway. Earring backings, I guess they call them, for the pierced ears. So that's what I used for the sprinkler heads on this. And then I also have, we're going to come up to the top and do this where you can actually see something. Okay, so now up here, hopefully you can see better. I'll get my pointer. So this right here is some of the line right there across to there, and just several lines across there. That's my sprinkler system. And then this unit over here, where you at, there we go. That was actually an old Coke machine that I repurposed as to the heating cooling system, and then I got the lines, the ductwork coming out of that, coming over and working its way into the offices over here. And let's see if we can see what the earring. Okay, so now here is one of the earrings here that's coming in for the sprinkler system into the let's see, the office there. Another one for the break room. So anyway, that's coming into the office. We have the desk, chair, computer, another little heating system there, and then some debris on top of shelving units. The break room has a cabinet. This is handmade, and then it's got, I made a toaster over here. The toaster is here. Just in my light. Toaster right there, and then a microwave I made here. On this wall we have the Coke machine from one of the model kits, and then a first aid kit. And then turning around, we have, I'm trying to do this so you can see, still got light, because I'm right in my light. But anyway, we have an old Coke machine here that I made into a refrigerator. Next to that is a barrel with overflowing with garbage, and then the lockers for people's stuff. And just kind of a bird's eye view of this, if we can here. This thing does not want to focus like I want it to. So anyway, this is kind of a bird's eye view of the overview of the design of this. So anyway, once again, this used to be a newspaper facility, and it is now classic car automotive repair facility. And yeah, and I've learned a lot from this, and there's still some more things I'll do. When this goes in for the contest, it's going to have vehicles and figures in it. One of the things I did, this is Tuesday, this goes into the contest on Thursday. I just now today started one of the vehicles that's going to be in this thing here. So let's talk about pushing my luck here a little bit. But anyway, we're going to keep going on this. I do like the tire rack in the way, as if this isn't narrow enough to try and get in. I got that in the way. And back in there, can you see it? Yeah, there it is. I've got an air compressor that I made up, and all the lines coming from that. So anyway, until we meet again on this, this is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I am off the air, and I'm gone.